Good morning, everyone. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in class where you understood the learning during the class, but later, when studying alone, you became confused and had nobody to ask? This is a common challenge faced by students. Today, I will discuss how an AI powered learning tool called Notebook LM can enhance learner centered learning through a case study conducted at SMK Simpang Beliru. The case study focuses on the uses of cooperative learning strategies in teaching the human respiratory system to Form 2 science students. Throughout the presentation, I will analyze the learning environment, identify its strengths, limitation, and demonstrate how Notebook LM can further improve student learning. Now, this case study, let's see the overview of the case study. This case study was conducted in Form 2 Science classroom at SMK Simpang Beluru. The lesson focused on the human respiratory system involved 30 students. Instead of using traditional lecture-based teaching, the teacher implemented cooperative learning strategies. Students were divided into groups and participate in discussion, diagram labeling activities, presentation, and problem solving tasks related to the respiratory system. The teacher's role was not simplified to deliver information but to facilitate learning by guiding students throughout the activities. Next, learner centered learning. Learner centered learning is a teaching approach that places a student at the center of the learning process. Rather than focusing entirely on what the teacher teaches, learner centered learning focuses on how students learn. In this case study, students actively engaged in learning through collaboration, communication, inquiries, and problem solving activities. Students are encouraged to think critically, ask questions, share ideas, and also work together to develop their understanding. This approach helps students to become more independent learners while also developing important skills such as teamwork, communication, and also self confidence. One of the strongest learner centered principles demonstrated in the classroom is active learning. Active learning occurs when students participate directly in the learning process rather than simplify listening to information. For example, students labeled respiratory system diagrams, participated in group discussion, presented findings to classmates, and also engaged in inquiry based learning activities. Through these activities, students were encouraged to apply knowledge, analyze information, and also build their deeper understanding. Next, another important principle found in the case study is learner autonomy. Learner autonomy refers to students taking responsibility to their own learning. Students were given opportunities to discuss ideas, solve problems, evaluate information, and reflect on their understanding. Instead of controlling every aspect of learning, the teacher provided guidance and support while allowing students to explore concepts independently. This approach helps students to develop self regulation skills, confidence, and also ability to become lifelong learners. The case study also demonstrates the application of universal design for learning, commonly known as UDL. UDL aims to provide equal learning opportunities for all students regardless of their abilities or learning preference. The teacher used multiple learning materials such as video, diagrams, science textbook, worksheet models, and also classroom demonstration. By presenting information in different way, students with different learning styles could engage with the content more effectively. This creates a more inclusive and accessible learning environment where students has the opportunity to participate and success. The classroom environment has several strengths. Firstly, student engagement is very high because students actively participate throughout the lesson. Secondly, cooperative learning encourage collaboration and teamwork. Students learn to communicate effectively, share ideas, and support one another. Next, hands-on activities and discussion help students to develop critical thinking skills. And finally, the teacher role as a facilitator creates opportunity for meaningful learning experience rather than simple memorization. Overall, the classroom successfully promotes active participation and also deep understanding. Although the classroom demonstrates many strengths, several limitations were identified. One challenge is unequal participation. Some students actively contribute to discussion while quieter students may participate less. Another challenge is time management. Cooperative learning activities often require more time compared to traditional lectures. In addition, students have different learning abilities and learning speeds. Teacher may also find it difficult to provide individual support to every group, especially in larger classrooms. This limitation highlights area where additional support may be beneficial. Why Notebook LM? This is where Notebook LM can help. Notebook LM is an AI powered learning assistant developed by Google. Unlike general AI tools, Notebook LM generates responses based on the learning material uploaded by the users. Students can upload worksheets, textbooks, or lesson materials, then interact it with the content. Notebook LM can generate summaries, answer questions, create study guides, develop quizzes, and even produce audio overviews. As a result, students receive personalized learning support while still remain engaged in learning process. Notebook LM can directly address several limitations identified in the case study. For shy students, Notebook LM provides a safer space to ask questions without fear of embarrassment. For students with different learning abilities, Notebook LM offer personalized explanation and learning support. For time limitation, learning can continue beyond the classroom because students can access Notebook LM anytime. Students can also use AI generated quizzes and study guides for revision. Most importantly, Notebook LM encourage self-directed learning and supports learner autonomy, which is one of the main goals of learner-centered education. As a conclusion, this case study demonstrates that SMK Simpang Bluru has successfully implemented learner-centered learning through cooperative learning strategies. Students actively participate in discussion, presentation, problem-solving activities, and collaborative learning experience. However, challenges such as unequal participation, time constraint, and difference in learning abilities still exist. By integrating Notebook LM into this learning environment, students can receive personalized support, continue learning independently, and strengthen their understanding beyond the classroom. Ultimately, Notebook LM does not replace teacher. Instead, it complements the teacher's role and empowers students to become more independent, engaged, and also confident learners. As we move towards the future of education, the goal is not teachers versus AI. The goal is teachers and AI working together to create better learning experience for every student. Thank you.